Hello, everybody. It is great to see you all. Experience for me, and I'm sure for all of you too. About 2.5 years ago, Scott asked me if I would consider being in the sequence to become president of our club. And I said yes. And so, as you know, last year, Scott did a wonderful job. I want to say once again, what a great job he did, how he has gotten us started with some great service projects at Alexander and just got us on the right track, and we're doing great. But when Scott asked me to be the president, he obviously did not know that we would be in the midst of pandemic. He didn't tell me we wouldn't be meeting in person, the things that we are currently faced with. So I have put a lot of thought into how we are going to approach this year. And my dad's old "Your Year as President of Rotary" manual from June 6th. And you know, basically, it talks about all the things that we already do, which are networking, service, and fun. So that's what we're going to start on this year, and that's what we're looking forward to. I'll have to confess to you that as I'm preparing for this, know all the great things we're doing in the upcoming year. I got a brand new computer yesterday. I had spent a lot of time on my presentation, tried to transfer the information from one to the other. And of course, my new computer is not working right yet. And my old computer didn't save all the changes. So I'm serving you lemonade. So when we get lemons, we're going to have a little lemonade. So my first thing to you is, if there are a few little mistakes here and there in the presentation, but the intention is to let you know what all the great things we're going to be doing this year. Also, just a few minutes ago, I sent you my contact information. You should have gotten it on your phone. It has my phone number and my email. So as we go through some opportunities that our club offers, the many opportunities, then please don't hesitate to text me or call me or text or email me, let me know something you might be interested in helping us out with. So as we start off our new Rotary year, our invocation and pledge. So Mathilde, if you would please lead us today.
Good afternoon. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us pray. Most High God, thank you for your presence during the hard and mean days, for then we have you to lean upon. Thank you for your presence during the bright and sunny days, for then we can share that which we have with those who have less. Help us to be mindful that we are not alone. When we need wisdom, we need only to ask for it. You have promised to bestow it liberally. Teach us to know that if we are to be successful stewards, we must be your servants. Father, we call thee Father because we love thee. We are glad to be called thy children and to dedicate our lives to the service that extends through willing hearts and hands to the betterment of all mankind. Grant us strength and courage and faith and humility sufficient for the tasks assigned to us. Open your heart and quietly to yourself, say the only prayer that's ever needed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're still here. You get another chance this day to do better and be better. Another chance to become more of who you were created and what you're created to fulfill. Thank you. Amen.
Thank you, Mathilde. I'll have to say that right before this started, Michelle said that she had a surprise for me. Every new president needed a cat, and I don't want a cat. But her surprise this morning is Bill Raines. Have him today.
for those of you who are on speaker view and not gallery, I just wanted to unmute ourselves so everybody can see Bill and I sitting here.
Good to have you, Bill. Great to have you with us. Okay, we got a lot of stuff coming up with our club. And have our Upstate Health and Happiness. On the 21st, we have an evening Discover Rotary on a new networking opportunity called Networking at Noon. You can sign up on DACTV as with all these things. July the 28th, we'll have another Discover Rotary, so please invite your friends. And we're having Rich Higgins, our own Rich Higgins, who is going to talk to us about how being, he was named last year as the Southeast Entrepreneur of the Year. We're going to have a food drive on the 29th, and a little give us some more details about that. On August the 4th, our lunchtime conversations with Teresa Miller. Our club is going to start having a brand new social hour. So that'll be on August the 6th. And August 11th, the next meeting will be Steve Hall. He'll be talking. So put all that on your calendar and go to DACTV and register for those events. And we look forward to having you for all. We have our new member news personality, Ryan Thackeray, and we're thrilled to have him share with us member news today.
Thank you, President Jane. Hello, everybody. Today's member news is brought to you by Sunny Honda at SunTrade Financial. Give Rotarian Honda a call for all your financial planning needs. How do you become a member news sponsor? Easy. You just let me know a little bit about your business, and I'll be sure to try to give you a sponsorship sometime this year. As a matter of fact, Sunny didn't even know he was sponsoring today's member news. I just know he operates a successful financial planning business, and I'm sure that he'd want you to know about it too. Plus, I owe Sunny for a couple beers he bought me a few years ago. So thank you to Sunny Honda. Now on to the member news. Congratulations to Rotarian Charlie Hall. Charlie is being recognized as the Greenville News Community Hero for June 2020. Charlie, a veteran himself, co-founded Upstate Warrior Solution, a nonprofit advocacy organization that has helped make the Upstate a better place for thousands of veterans since 2012. The Greenville News Community Hero Program highlights the generous, noble, and selfless work of those among us who are tirelessly, often behind the scenes, working hard to make our community a better place. Congratulations, Charlie Hall, on a well-deserved award, and congratulations to Upstate Warrior Solution on all the fine work you accomplish in the Upstate community. Rotarians, if you haven't seen already, please be sure to check out Dr. Judith Brent's opinion column in the Greenville News, first published on Thursday, July the 9th. The column is titled, Confronting the Racism That Lives Within. Thank you, Dr. Prince, for such a well-written piece and a thought-provoking column for our community to read and reflect on and hopefully take some action. Other member news, on to the mask-related news. We've got a couple mask-related membership news pieces now because it's 2020 and this is what we talk about. Shout out to our very own club administrator, Michelle Patterson, has sewn over 1,000 face masks. 1,003 to be exact, in both kids and adult sizes. 80 of these masks went to our friends at Alexander Elementary and even included eagles on the face coverings, which of course is Alexander Elementary's mascot. 652 of those masks went to Shriners Hospital for Children, a project that Michelle, her sister, and a friend have been working on. Approximately 50 of those masks went to family, friends, Lions Club members, and Rotary Club members. I myself am a proud owner of one of those masks. Michelle has approximately 130 adult face masks left for whoever needs them. There's no cost for a mask, but Michelle will gladly accept donations. So far, $85 has been raised for CART as a result of Michelle's face mask making ministry. Way to go, Michelle. An exciting event, Mask Up, sponsored by the Greenville Chamber of Commerce and US&S and our very own Rotarian Rich Higgins. Mask Up, here's how it works. Small businesses can sign up to get 100 free face masks, but you must sign up by tomorrow, July the 15th. Masks will be distributed on July 23rd. You can visit the Greenville Chamber's website for more information. Rich Higgins is CEO and owner of US&S, a facility maintenance and support service provider. He is also the chair for the Greenville Chamber of Commerce. But of course, as Jane just mentioned, there's more. Rotarian Higgins will be our next speaker for our meeting on July 28th. That's it for today's member news. If you have news that you'd like to share with the club, please send me an email at ryan.hackray@tnc.org. You can also find that on DACDB. Thank you all. I hope everyone is having a great start to your week.
Next, we have Pam. Who's going to give us some more details about our upcoming food drive.
Yes, like Mattel just mentioned in our prayer, one of the things we're called to do is to help others, and we're going to have a great opportunity to do that on July 29th from 12 to 2. We're going to do a drive-through canned food drive. There's been information in the newsletter about it, but just to give you a bit more, the Rotary office will be where the drop-off will be. It's right off of 385 on North Pleasantburg. And we are giving our donations to St. Anthony's. The reason we chose St. Anthony's is because it's less than 2 miles from Alexander Elementary, so it's another way to help our new friends at Alexander. There are 3 ways you can do this. You can drive through, it's going to be contactless. You can pop your trunk, we're going to get the goods out, we'll yell at you goodbye, and you've done your duty. Or you can give a financial donation by going through the Rotary website. I tried it out yesterday. It's really easy. Just go to My Club, go to the calendar, you click on registration, and then it'll take you to where you can make your donation. Just constantly click through, and it's a pretty easy process. So come to the drive-through. You can make a donation, a financial donation, or you can send me a message, and my phone number is on the newsletter. You can send me a message and we'll have somebody pick it up from you. Hopefully you're in Greenville County and not Charlotte or something, but we'll come by and pick it up, and hopefully we can raise lots of great goods for St. Anthony's and to be able to distribute to Alexander Elementary families. The list of items that they are requesting is also in the newsletter, but just really quick: breakfast bars, canned meat, canned fruit, the things of that nature. So if you've got any questions, my phone number is also in the newsletter. And one last request: if you are in one of those neighborhoods that has a Facebook page, how about advertise for us on that Facebook page that we're doing the drive-through, where it is, date and time, and that would be great. We could have others who can contribute. Thanks.
Thank you, Pam. Taking it on, and it's great for us to be doing something. We're looking forward to trying to do one service project a month. So taking this on is going to be a great project, and we're looking forward to it. This year in Rotary, we've got things happening. This year, Rotary's motto is Rotary opens opportunities. And we are opening opportunities through network. So we got a lot of stuff going on. First of all, of course, this is a team project. This year we have our president-elect, that's Rotary term, and we call her the vice president, Ramona Farrell, who will be the next president. Grady Patterson, who is our secretary, and Mark Swanson is continuing to be our treasurer. And we look forward to working with all of them and appreciate their willingness to serve. On networking in our club. First of all, we have a lot of things are encompassed under networking. Basically, it's usually our meetings, and Grady Patterson is our person in charge of all of that and making sure they're all moving in the right direction. Of course, Michelle, who has been doing all in the past, is the one that has ramped us up on our Zoom meetings, and we've had over 200 people in a meeting, and we do transition to having in-person meetings. How are we going to make that work so that people who will still be virtually attending as the people who are already there? So we thank you, Michelle, for doing the Zoom meetings. And of course, Michelle, expert, but boy, she has studied and tested and made it quite successful for us. We have a speakers committee. Ramona Farrell is our chair for our We schedule those pretty far out. We want to hear from people in our community. We want to hear from our business leaders, our community leaders, and our cultural leaders. And that is a part of our club that we have always had awesome speakers, and we plan to continue to do that. Caroline Stewart has come forward this year to do the pledge and invocation. She has already sent out a request for people who wanted to volunteer to do that at our meeting. Best response she's ever gotten. So for the pledge and invocation, that's all done through Caroline Stewart, our new chaplain. Member Thackeray did a super job, and we want to know everything that's going on with you or your business. And if you hear of something that is going on with our other Rotarians, use to Ryan, and so we can share it with our entire membership. Our luncheon volunteers, over the years, you've come through and you got checked in, and you got your parking pass, and you went over the table with Michelle, and we had another volunteer get things already, and that is how it has worked in the past. When we start back again, we're going to have some new challenges. Really, how are we going to do it in person, a hybrid thing, and make sure that we keep all our members safe? So if you got some ideas about that, please she's our person that takes care of all that. Audio visual. So I called Christine and said, okay, when the time comes, we need that we are going to have a good transition when we go back to meeting in person, because we do want to make sure that all of you who know that it'll with us whenever we do meet in person, we want to make sure that you have a great experience too. So Christine is working with Grady that we mentioned before, who's things, and Michelle, and of course our own Terry Weaver. They've already looked into what kind of camera we need, what kind of cables we need. The whole thing be just a great experience. So we certainly would love to have any volunteers who are interested in being on our AV, who are very tech savvy. So Christine is our person to contact for that. We have a sergeant at arms in Rotary. He's basically to take care of you rowdy members. I'll have to say, we had a sergeant at arms, and they were utilized on occasion. We had these things called a dining in, or a dressed up in our formal outfits, and I'll have to say a bunch of mostly male pilots get a little rowdy. So I looked up in what exactly is the function of the sergeant at arms, and sure enough, it says the function of a sergeant at arms in Rotary, dignified and effective Rotary Club meeting, one that will make the right kind of impression on club members, visitors, and guests. These functions include conduct the meeting with confidence and a rule of order. So George has been our sergeant at arms for years now, and he obviously continues to do. So we have some new networking opportunities. This is brand new. It starts 11/23. It's called Networking at Noon. You can sign up on DACDB. The idea is for us to do professional. We'll have a topic to discuss. This time, I think it's going to be something along the lines of, what have you done in the sphere that has really benefited your organization? So we're going to break up into small groups of about 8. We'll have a I think it'll be a great opportunity, and it'll really help fill the need for networking that we have within our Rotary Club. So make sure it is restricted. We only have so many slots, so make sure you do that soon. Service Club, I mean, I think that's one of our greatest traditions, and in fact, that's why I personally joined Rotary, was for our service opportunities. Pam Weaver has a person that's going to be overlooking all our service opportunities, and we have lots of them. You know, I've heard about service above self scholarships for a while now, and I know that we have already had 3 of our scholars, and we're about to hear another one next meeting, and then in August, our going to be revealed. I guess it never really dawned on me that for every year we are given a pretty substantial scholarship to 4 different people. People have been selected because of their contributions to community service when they are in high school. When they get this 4-year scholarship, the commitment is to do 100+ hours a year for community service. And I'll have to say that every one of our scholars has gone above it. You have heard their stories. I have heard their stories. And I think this is one of the great things that our club does. Teacher Appreciation Day, our great Scott Powell has not retired. He is going to go back and be the chair of our Teacher Appreciation Day. This year, hopefully, we will be able to have that in the fall, and we have all the final candidates come and tell us about how they teach and passion for this. So this is another great thing that our club does, and Scott does sit on the county selection board for the teacher. Career Day was canceled this past year, and who knows what we're going to be faced with this coming year, but we're going to figure out a way to do this. We make sure that we can do Career Day for our high school juniors so they can be have access to all those great people out there, the many wonderful professions and businesses and experiences you have had, and hopefully help direct these young people in making their career decisions. Now, Law Enforcement Day has always been one of my favorite. Both Donna Gottschall and Paul Wickensheimer have done a one now. We recognize at our luncheon someone from the Greenville Police Department, the Greenville County Law Enforcement, and federal law enforcement. And we're able to let them know how much we appreciate everything they do, the hard work, the long hours, and the sacrifices. We will continue to do Law Enforcement Day. Rotary Park cleanup. Now, this is one thing I love to do. We regularly, when we can, when the city says go, we're ready to go. Caroline Stewart has organized our Rotary Park cleanup and I love it because you get to get out and work with Rotarians. There is a tiny bit of guilt always because you think I probably should be doing this in my yard, but oh well, my yard will be there tomorrow. This is a great opportunity for us to come together and work together. It's a lot of fun, and we get to usually are there with us. And so if you are interested in Rotary Park cleanup, make sure you talk to Caroline. Veteran Mentors Project at our own Charlie Hall started a while back. Basically, he identifies people who come to Upstate Warrior Solution and where we club members become mentors to these veterans who are transitioning from military life to civilian life. A veteran, George Fletcher has taken over that this year and has already put a lot of life and enthusiasm. He's already assigned to the volunteers who are mentors, so you can let George know if you're interested in that. I've been able to mentor 2 young women and somebody for 6 months to a year and maybe forever to talk to get a feel for getting their feet on the ground here in Greenville, and hopefully it will open the door for them to be a part of Rotary. CART this year, Laura McCullough, Bill Rain's lovely daughter, has agreed to be our CART chair. And as you know, CART is, we usually have the buckets and well, obviously we cannot do that anymore, but there is a way to go and make donations directly to CART, which is the coins for the Alzheimer's Research Trust. So if that is something that you are very passionate about, you can contact Laura or contact Michelle or myself, and we'll let you know how you can contribute for CART just online. So thank you, Laura, for doing that. And all these people can take me away, tell me what it is you would like to be involved with. Our literacy committee, Ramona Farrell is the chair. We support the organization, usually as people who are learning to learn English. And we have volunteers, 5 volunteers now, but we could always use more because the need is great. And these people are acclimating to living in Greenville, South Carolina, and we as Rotarians want to help them out. So there's a lot of opportunity there. Contact Ramona. Read to Me, which is super fun. There you can see her here, our own Brittany McKenzie with all the kids and Dr. Seuss hat. In the past, we have done it where we go into the schools monthly to read to the students or have them read to us. Obviously, we're not going to do that for a little while. So Joan and I have already been talking about ways that maybe we can do that virtually. Maybe we can tape us reading a book, or somehow great success of reading to these kids. And I tell you, for me, I always love it. And I tell you, it's interesting when a little boy came up to me, and man, he could read. And he was telling me how he loves to be able to guess how to say the word and what it means. And he was on fire. So that makes it a super worthwhile service project. Alexander Elementary School, which, as I said earlier, Scott Powell got us associated with great things, and we got a lot of great things to go. Lisa Minnick and Mike Snively have volunteered this year to be the co-chairs over everything in Alexander. And it's going to be different. It's not going to be like last year, but between those two and all the volunteers, I'm sure we're going to figure out a way to do it in today's environment. We have offered in the past teacher meals, and hopefully we will find a way to make sure that we can offer teacher meals occasionally. Okay. And so we'll be looking to see how we can do that and do it effectively. We'll provide the teachers once a month with a little something like a Chick-fil-A gift card or a Starbucks gift card or a little Valentine's gift, or just something to let them know that they're appreciated. Lisa Mangione this year has agreed to head that up. And one thing that Ms. Nesbitt, who's the principal there last year, teacher retention is a very challenging part of her job at a school that has so many demanding children. So she told me that thanks to Scott and all the volunteers last year, their teacher with where they are rate went from like 50 something to like 95%. And she said Rotary had a big part of that. Helping with teacher appreciation events, then let Lisa know. Mandy Dutton has taken on the library books. The library there, the way of course a lot of libraries are. So she collaborated with them, came up with the books they needed, got them, and now they're in their library. Happy Feet, another wonderful opportunity this year. Christine Braswell-Amin is in charge of that. And last year, the students came in and we went with them to help them pick out their shoes. Well, obviously that's probably not going to happen this year. I have some ideas already. Maybe we can let them come and go through with their parents, you know, in a very paced area. And we Rotarians can be outside with our mask and our social distancing, and we can cheer them on when they get out. So hopefully we can continue to do Happy Feet. And once again, we're going to be creative about ways to do that. Mentoring is a program where a child who really needs some special attention and care and love, if you have a heart for that, this is something for you. When we can go back into the school, Meryl Fowler's agreed to head this up, and you just go every other week, lunch with a child, and let them know that somebody really cares about them. So that's a great opportunity. In the meantime, if you want to go ahead and contact Meryl and let him know that. Field trips is another option. Hopefully we will get around to sometime this year. In this field trip, the students went to Paris Mountain. There are some students who apparently have never walked in the woods. So that's a unique experience. And we got out there, and the park ranger was life and organisms in the river, and they grabbed all those up and went to a room where they put them on a big microscope and they could see what's living in the river. And there's been lots of different great field trips. Before you do that, you can sign up on DACDB to do the field trips, but you do need to get through the county school system before you can be a volunteer. So that's what we do in our local community. And the Rotary Foundation funds all of the things that are done in the world. Our foundation chair, and so you can see that we do, the Rotary Foundation does serve. We have some of our own people who are very active in that. In Honduras, the water projects in Honduras, Susie Tunn is kind of the chair of that, and she's also the chair of all international projects. So if you are interested in anything international, let Susie know. And also our own Charles Warren, as many of you heard, is doing a project in Haiti with goats. We're giving goats to families so they have an income, so they have their families. And in the foundation, Rotary Foundation, big worldwide picture, if you give forth money and apply for a global grant, then Rotary will match that. So our contribution to these two projects is a grant from the global grant from the foundation. We also have district grants. We have one that will go to Alexander. We'll have a $3,000 matching grant from them. And then the Greenville Literary Association, where we do English as a second language and mentors, will also have a $2,000 grant from them. So we are doing good in the world and in our community. We have Interact Club, which we could use some more volunteers for that. Brittany's just agreed to chair it. And it is a great opportunity for high school students to take on leadership roles, to be in charge. Interact when I was in high school. And you will find that I'm a little competitive in life. And so our goal was so we could do good in our community than the student government did. So this was a long time ago in 1976. We made for people's homes. And you could go to the mountains and buy a bushel of candy apples for probably $3 or $4, buy the hard candy corn, and sold them at the football games, I think for 56 each. We were rich. I mean, it was a great success. So we hope to offer to Interact, they're not going to be selling candy apples, but to help them come up with some kind of service projects. They do help with Rotary cleanup, and also just to, we're also hoping that one of them, we can send a couple of people to RILA, which is the Rotary Youth Leadership Program Academy, decided to help us with that process. How are we going to tell the world about all these great things we do? Relations Committee. Teresa Miller is in charge of that, and basically public relations is our voice and get the word out to let people know how great Rotary is, the wonderful things we're doing, the networking opportunities that are out there, and want them to join. Mandy Dutton, again, is working with us. She's the chair of our webpage. We're upgrading that now and updating it. And if you are a natural at those kinds of things, please contact Mandy or myself. Amy Randall is our social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of those things. So we're really looking for people who are very savvy in those areas. So let us know that you would like to work there. And also, Amy is our photographer. I say that because she's wonderful and she volunteers her profession. And if some of you have seen your pictures today and thought, I probably need a good picture, then Amy does that professionally. If you're interested, and if not, I invite you to go in and update your photo and all your contact information. But these are the people who are getting the voice and word of Rotary out into public. How in the world do we fund all these great things we're doing? Well, last year we started the fall, which was a great event for an initial event, and I'll say it is the brainchild of Ryan Thackeray, and they did a wonderful job. And it'll be April the 18th will be the festival. April the 24th will be the camp out. And thanks again to the hard work of Scott. It is a go. This year we're going to try to expand it a little bit and to encourage people not just about camping, but to go camping, go hiking, go biking, go paddling, and it'll be a little bit more broader to all the outside events that you can do in the Greenville area. At the camping, the glamping site, one glamping site, and 9 other regular campsites. Scott was able to agree to let us use his property right there by the river and the falls. So we have a great team this year for Camp the Falls. Jordan McKee and Roger Heitzig have agreed to chair it. Our festival chair is Heather Hayes Groundsel. Camp Out is Brett Caldwell. Sponsorship, Mike Service, and our publicity, once again, Teresa Miller. These are great people. They're very enthusiastic. They've already met. They're going to meet again very soon. So if you want to get on board now and be involved with the planning of Camp the Falls, so we have another great, successful year, then just let any of us know. We also have the Rotary Masters Classic Golf Tournament. We have had 2 dates previously. This is the 3rd one. Hopefully the 3rd will be the charm. October 2nd, and that has also been a great team of Rotarians. We've probably had 20 to 25 people total contribute to this. John Allen, Joan Burkett, Teresa Miller, Devin Clement, and Ramona Farrell have all done a great job. We have 7 slots left, so if you want to still put your name on there, we'd love to have you. Hopefully everybody keep your fingers crossed that October the 22nd will be the charm. So we have all these great networking opportunities, service projects, and how do we as Rotarians continue to show appreciation to our members, to bring in new members, to grow our club. We have membership opportunities in membership recruitment. That is a hands-on calling potential new members, letting them know we'd love for them to come to Discover Rotary, to let people know that we appreciate them come to the meetings. Basically, it is communicating with new potential members. And Jackie Cabasco has agreed to do that. If you are great on the phone, then we need you there. Fatima Ghazala has agreed to continue being our membership engagement. In Rotary to know that we appreciate you, we appreciate what you've done, we appreciate what you add to our club. Right now, we miss you. Wish we could all together, and so Fatima is in charge of that. They're the ones that came up with the networking at noon, and we're always looking for new opportunities to engage our members as well. And Chantel Babb has agreed to be our inclusion person. So it was a while back, Ron DeMonet is the one that said that one of our goals is to have our Rotary Club reflect our community, and so that is something that we will continue to work toward, and we're thrilled that Chantel's agreed to do that. We hope to have an event in the spring, so let Chantel know now if you want to help with that, and it'll be great. And of course, we have our Discover Rotary that Terry Weaver has been doing for a while. He has done, as you have heard before, there's a 50% chance that somebody that comes to Discover Rotary will join our club. So that's why we keep asking you time and time again to share your story and invite someone to Discover Rotary. So Terry and Dave both do that. I'm sure they would also always like to have some people come in. We're doing it virtually now, still twice a month, as I talked about earlier, and to train some people and make sure that we have a good what they're doing, which has been monumental to our club so far. And new member orientation, we have Gazelle Gathings, she's helped out by Lisa Minnick and Elizabeth Lyons and Pam Weaver. And those 4 together take our new members and let them know far more detail about what Rotary does, how they can be involved, and what their opportunities are ahead. So we thank all those membership people for being willing to do that. And then, of course, part of my favorite part of Rotary is having fun, and so does Susie. So Susie Tumblin has Rotary chair. We will continue to have Health and Happiness the 3rd Monday, so that's coming up, and that is kind of like a Greater Greenville, upstate social event. Of course, now it's virtually, so you can sign up for that and see other folks there. And then we're going to start our own social virtual club, virtual social meeting, and that's going to be the first Thursday of every month. So I hope you'll join us there. If you will help us work that, we'd love to have you. We're trying to put together ideas of having everybody together at first and then breaking down to smaller groups so you can have a little bit with people. And just one more chance for us as Rotarians to get to see each other face to face and learn more about each other. So as you can see, our Rotary Club has tons of opportunity. We have opportunities in networking, service, and so what door of opportunity beckons you? We want to know. You can text me. Now it's easy. There are no excuses anymore because you got my phone number on your phone this morning. So text me or email me. Let any of these wonderful people who were volunteer to be chairs, let them know. We're going to have a great year. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be different, but it is going to be a great year ahead of us with Rotary. So I appreciate you all being attentive for all that and see ahead of us. Today, I would like to thank Michelle for all her masks and having the Rotary service spirit and showing it to the rest of us. And Mathilde for leading us in the pledge. Ryan, it's hard to beat Bob Howard. We really look forward to you doing our member news. Pam, thank you for taking on the service project, the food and I also read that this month in Greenville, Hands on Greenville, that they're highlighting food insecurity. So Greenville is doing as a total community for food insecurity. And especially to all our volunteers who've already agreed to the many, many aspects of our club. It's going to be really wonderful. Yes, anybody got any questions?
Okay, Jane, you got a question. What is the planning timing to return to in-person meetings?
Okay, that is a great question. We looked last week at, we discussed it last month at our board meeting, which our board meeting will be next month. So what basically we've decided we'll be discussing it every month. As our own governor, that's why I have this lovely banner, because the home club of the governor has it. So Beth has had president meetings with us. And the guidelines for Rotary is to follow the guidance of the CDC, of course, follow the guidance of your state DHEC. And I want to make sure everybody understands that the Weston has been above and beyond. They are ready, they are willing, they're going to do everything safe as possible. In our president meeting, I still did get comments that there are some clubs who started having a meeting in person and have had to close them down. And so we just want to make sure that it's safe for everybody. 4 or 5 anonymous survey to our membership to find out how you feel about it, because I want everybody to put forth if there are how that goes. We'll present that information to the board along with the current guidelines, and the board will be one that determines where we go from here.
Okay, you got a question about masks. Rob wants to know, should we advocate masks for the county as Greenville is still a hot spot?
I am a huge advocate for masks. I think Rotary in general is an advocate for masks. Not only we want everybody to get back, we want the economy, businesses, because we have a lot of business owners in our club. We want them to have health, children to be safe when they go back to school. Health is, and children care is an important part of Rotary. One of the aspects, I'm just a proponent. If you can do anything to protect your loved ones, your friends, and teachers, your business people, I'm a big proponent that as Rotarians, when we all work together, we solve this problem and move on. So I think mask is a big part of that.
Okay, next question. Do you have equal amount of focus on networking, service, and fun? Or is your target percentage of time spent on each different? So in other words, what's your percentage of time spent on network, service, and fun?
From a club perspective, I think because we have so many great service projects and they entail so much time commitment, that probably service is a bigger part of what we do. Is that most important? I really think that the networking, the getting to meet new friends, the ability to grow your networking circle for your business and your profession, that is a very part of our Rotary Club. So it's important, I think, is maybe not as time consuming, but it is very important to the success of meeting the needs of our members. And I personally just love fun. So I hope there are people out there that'll be a Rotary that will be satisfying to them, and we can support each other, especially now. I think that it's important that we do see each other, have some social hours so that we can continue to connect and make sure everybody's doing okay.
Okay, I see one more question, a little lighthearted. When is the last time George has to exercise his duties at Sergeant of Arms? Or is this a story for happy hour?
Is George there?
This was from Charlie Hall.
From Charlie. I don't know. I don't think he ever has, but I will say you might want to be prepared, because I'm not sure if you know that Ramona and Grady and myself are all Air Force veterans. Grady is still in the Air Force Guard. But there's a line in the Air Force song that says, "We'll go down in fame or up in flame." Exciting year.
All right, I don't see any more questions.
We thank you, Pam, for doing that. And thanks for all the questions. I appreciate Michelle keeping me honest there. And just thank you all for everything you're doing. And we look forward to a great year together. And we're going to close our meeting by reciting the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? And better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? This meeting is adjourned.